Whew. Let's just take a second. It was a little touch and go if I was actually going to make it here on time. And I started the live stream, I think, about 30 seconds late. But you know what? We're here. And that is a good thing. Hello, my friends. Happy Wednesday. Happy first day of Lent. Can you say happy first day of Lent when it's actually supposed to be like a time of solemn reflection and things of that nature? But happy Lent nonetheless. And of course, happy Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. Hang on. Hang on. I used my cross mug today because I don't have a heart mug to give me like a nice Valentine's Day vibe. So we went with the cross mug instead today. My friends, I am so glad you're here. Thank you so much for being willing to accommodate the time change. I decided on it last minute, not because my husband and I have anything exciting to do tonight. No, that's not it. We actually don't put a whole lot of thought or anything into Valentine's Day because we just got over a period of celebrating literally every big thing that there is to celebrate. Starting in November, you have my birthday, and then you have on the 23rd of December, my husband's birthday, then Christmas, and then January 4th is our anniversary. So the entire year's worth of celebrating gets condensed into like a 2.5 month period of time. Not even. So by what's it called? Valentine's Day, my husband and I are like, we're out. We're done. Like what gifts are there left to give that we didn't give for birthday, Christmas, or anniversary? Like we don't need a particular Valentine's Day romantic celebration, so to speak. So he walked into my office today while I was doing my devotion and he goes, "Happy Valentine's Day that we're not really celebrating," and gave me a kiss. And that was it. And I said, "My Valentine's Day gift to you is I moved my live stream so I can watch the hockey game with you tonight." And I was like, okay, this is just who we are now, but it's fine because I also, it's a double purpose switching of the time. If you haven't noticed, we still have Christmas decorations up because we left for travel with Christmas decorations up. And then we got home and we were like, now we got to take them down. Fan freaking tastic. So it's not just like put the normal, like work on getting your normal stuff back into the swing of things, like the normal tidying of the house, getting everything reset, all of that. But we also end up having to completely tear apart Christmas. So we started doing that last night. And tonight I was like, you know what we're going to do? You know how we're going to make an exceptional use of our time? We are going to take down the Christmas tree ornaments while we watch the hockey game tonight, because we're going to be upstairs in the loft watching the game anyway. Why not put that time to good use and take down the Christmas tree in the process of that? So that is our plan for our rousing and romantic Valentine's Day evening. Man, oh man. So hello, friends. I am so glad that y'all are here with me. Let's see who made it today. We've got Donna and Julie. Hello. And Lori. Hello from cold, windy New Hampshire. I gotta tell y'all, do you remember when I said, give it 2 weeks or less before there is snow on the ground in Minnesota? It is snowing as we speak. As we speak, and I'm not even exaggerating. Now it's like it's winter weather advisory, and it says something like 2 to 4 inches of snow. It's supposed to keep snowing for a while now. We'll see, because it's also 39 degrees outside. So I'm kind of confused as to where we're going to get 4 inches of snow when it's like almost 40 degrees. And it was 41 degrees like 2 hours ago. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. But I actually technically said it was going to blizzard, but I did say that there would be snow on the ground within 2 weeks of me being home. And lo and behold, here it is. So there we go with that. Lady Hobbit Took. Hello. This is my first time tuning in live. I've been binge watching your lives all week for guidance and inspiration. I am so happy. Welcome. I'm really glad that you could be here today. Love that. Melissa is here from Starbucks. Hello from Starbucks. Have some Starbucks for me. This is my third cup of coffee today. This may or may not be a bad idea. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it because it is Valentine's Day, and that's my treat yourself. Donna, where is everyone? It is a different time. So, like my nighttime crew, there are people that come every night that are probably still at work. So it just is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. I only wore pink today because I desperately need to do laundry, and I got a new pink lip gloss. Hey, you didn't have to justify. You could have been just like, yeah, I am that cool to wear the Valentine's Day colors on Valentine's Day. So far, I've been spending my Valentine's Day grading papers and watching true crime videos. Ah, yes, romantic indeed. True crime. Love it. Jordan, hello. Or shall I call you Mrs. Taterhead? Because I just think that's hysterical that it's Mrs. Taterhead. I love that. We just do cards for Valentine's Day like you. We just had Hanukkah, Christmas, and 2 weeks is my birthday, and April's our 10th anniversary. Exactly. It's just so much. So we do make the choice to like spend the evening together if we like, and we're not heartbroken like if I have a rehearsal or if he's on a business trip or like we're not heartbroken if we can't. When he traveled for work, I spent many a Valentine's days not with my husband because he was traveling for work. So it is what it is. So we're not heartbroken, but if we're available, I do be like, well, let's at least spend the evening together doing something together instead of separate, For a second, I thought I saw Jordan's name under the Arizona, and I got really confused because I was like, that's not where she lives. It's in the 70s right now in Arizona. I miss winter already. I'm jealous. I was just in Florida, and the weather there is much more conducive to my lifestyle. But again, I'm of the firm belief that, like, I don't like cold. Don't get me wrong. I don't function well in the cold. Cold is not my jam. However, if I could just have the cold and no accumulating precipitation, like I don't even care that it's snowing right now, but if it doesn't accumulate, if it doesn't make things slippery and gross, then I don't mind. I don't mind. But it's the snow that really is the problem for me. But do I hate the fact that I have to wear a jacket now? Yeah, kind of. Having a decaf iced vanilla latte with salted caramel chocolate cold foam. Oh my goodness, that sounds decadent. Me wearing red on Sunday was a coincidence based on the lack of clean laundry. Why did you need to wear red on Sunday? In between running errands. Love it. Love it. They call bourbon collectors taters, and they call my husband Mr. Tater. Oh, thank you for the explanation because I wasn't sure if it was you or your daughter that actually like came up with that name. I think it's hilarious and I love it so much. I love it so much. It's in the 30s in New York. My former nanny kid decides he wants to be married after he learned that married people get chocolate for Valentine's Day. You don't have to be married. Let's be clear. You don't even have to be in a relationship to get chocolate for Valentine's Day. You can go out and buy yourself your own chocolate. It's true. It's true, my friends. The Super Bowl. We didn't even watch the Super Bowl. We didn't even turn it on. There was zero Super Bowl happening. We were driving home from Illinois on Sunday, and then we were unpacking the rest of the night. So there was zero Super Bowl happening in our house. And it's fine. I don't care because the Super Bowl, not my thing. Football, not my thing. Just don't care. So it is what it is. Let's share some highs and some lows, my friends. Let's go ahead and talk about any celebrations we might have from the past week. And then if you want to share a low, go ahead and share what you might be struggling with or the low, like low light of your week, I suppose. And then if you also want to share some wellness wins or a wellness win, and then what you are working on, I would love to hear any and all of the things. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my highs and lows. My high was that I'm home. I like being home. And my other high is that my niece was unexpectedly born a little bit early over the weekend, just in time just in time for my husband and I to change our course a little bit so I could go to Illinois and see her. And so I got to hold her and snuggle her and poke her really big cheeks. And she's absolutely precious. And now I don't get to see her again until a little bit later, but I was so stoked that I could actually see her while she was still in the hospital, brand spanking new. And she's absolutely precious. And my sister is doing great, and her husband is doing great. And it's all great. So I'm an auntie again. For those keeping track, that's 6. I might not have any kids of my own, but I am the auntie to 6, and that does not count children who don't belong to my, like, actually my family, but are still like children I interact with and whatever. I will be Aunt Brie to any child that wants an Aunt Brie. It's great because I like kids. I just like to give them back at the end of the day. But I will be Aunt Brie to anybody who will take me. It's totally fine. So that's my high. My low is that we have to put this house back together, and it is proving to be an exhausting and daunting task. I had to run a Target today, and the Target trip didn't exactly go as planned. And it ended up taking a lot longer and a lot more energy. And I was running late. And then I got up here and I just like I sat down right before I started, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. It's been a day. Yeah, it has been a day. So the whole like just getting things put together, I feel like it's going to take me an entire week to get things back together and on the right track before I can actually sit down and do like Brianna life for real next week. So bear with me, friends, subscribers, followers. I will come back eventually. I just need to get my crap together first. I tell you what, my wellness win. My wellness. Oh, I was saving this for you guys. I was saving this specifically for you guys. I have a great wellness win, actually. And believe it or not, it is a scale related wellness win. And it is my wellness win because I was just shocked. I was just absolutely shocked. And it's very, very simple. I got on the scale the day after we got home from Florida, and I had lost a pound from the last time I weighed in on my scale at home. And for those who have been here for a while, for those who know me and know all of my experiences with going to Florida and how difficult in the past it has been with overindulgence and all, like just we eat a lot of food differently, and I tend to lack the ability to exert control over my food choices and eat past fullness and all of these things and exercise a little bit less. So typically going to Florida results in some sort of weight gain. Nothing dramatic, 5 pounds or less, but like still something, right? So I was fully prepared to see the exact same thing when I got on the scale. And I got on the scale and it went down. It went down. I was like, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? And so I got off and I got back on the scale again and I was like, wow. And it wasn't much. Like I said, it was like a pound. It was a pound. But the reason that this is a wellness win is not because of the actual number on the scale at all, but because of what that number on the scale represents in my journey of intuitive eating. And it is this: I no longer let food control me. I am much better at listening to my hunger and fullness cues. We still ate all of the things. We still ate all of the things. We had a day where we literally had like 4 p.m. giant frozen custard mix in with like cookie dough and chocolate sauce and all this thing. I ate like a giant thing like this, right? I ate about half of it. Then 2 hours later, we ordered pizza for dinner. And then I ate my fill of pizza, and then guess what I had for dessert a couple hours later? The rest of the ice cream. Like, we had days like that. And so I was like, I was fully expecting, like, with all of the different things that we were eating one day, the caregiver that cooks for Sundays at grandmother's now made like macaroni and cheese bar. And like it wasn't, when I cooked, it was more nourishing and lean stuff, but I only cooked a couple of times while I was there. And so it just, I was shocked because of the types of food I knew I was eating, the less activity I knew I was getting, paired with like just paired with history, right? And all of a sudden, I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that I can in fact eat what I want and my weight stabilizes as long as I obey this certain set of guidelines that I have now apparently almost mastered? Because never have I ever Never have I ever, at least in my recollection, come back from Florida lighter than when I left. Never have I ever. And so that was just the biggest wellness win, the biggest wellness win. And my working on it are the things that I am giving up for Lent, which have already today proven to be a little bit of a, oh, you can't do that. Oh, well, check yourself. You can't do that. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But I want to see what everyone else here is saying. We got snow yesterday and had a snow day. That's enough winter for me. I love it. February is not Valentine's Day for me. February and March is when the Ren Fair is, and that is what I celebrate. I love it. That sounds like a lot of fun. You don't have to wait for Valentine's Day. Just get assorted chocolates because you love yourself 24/7, 365. Amen to that. 110%, Jordan. His mom got chocolate and he didn't, and he was told his mommy and daddy, you're married. Nice, nice. Your high is that you made it to the gym yesterday. You couldn't get your car out. That is a high. I love that. Feb's not Valentine's Day for me. The Ren Fair. Yep. But if you can find it, get the discounted chocolate after. Yes. Y'all, go get yourself February 15th Valentine's Day chocolate because you'll spend a lot less money and it'll still be just as good. My best friend is a perpetual aunt as well, and I believe every family needs someone who's the best aunt ever. Go you. Yes, thank you. And I while we were in, because she was in the NICU, and so I walked up to her, and she was sleeping so cozy, and I'm sitting there, I'm stroking her, and I'm like, Miss Penny, you need to open your eyes because Aunt Bree needs to see those eyes before she leaves. And I'm just talking to her. My sister's just sitting there laughing and chuckling. It would be talking to her, being like, open your eyes, please. Oh my goodness, she's so sweet. But yes, I am the perpetual aunt. And what I do love about being the perpetual aunt is, as of right now, everybody's always excited to see me and my husband when we go. Alice is elated when she hears Uncle Eric and Aunt Bree are coming. And it turns out that my brother-in-law's kids, who we see far less often, are equally as excited, if not more excited, when we come to visit or when we see them. Like, they are of an age that is just so much fun, and they love hanging out with us and playing with us and bonding with us. And it is just so stinking sweet that we have that relationship with them, even though they don't see us very often, which is wonderful. Hi, gonna be a bit shallow, but I found a lip gloss I like that comes in all 3 spring points of red, and my Starbucks drink is a high. Nice. I had an aunt and uncle who never had kids of their own, and they spoiled us rotten. My best friend was my kid's Auntie Doreen. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I love it so much. My high was celebrating my sister's birthday with dinner out in an escape room. I love escape rooms. They're so much fun. Low as I have been sick on and off for the past few weeks. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all, given you're a teacher. I hear that, like, just the crud is going around right now. And it's a season of, if you're regularly exposed to kids, with which I am not, you're just constantly in a state of sick of some kind until like spring. So sorry to hear that. Low, there's just a lot going on. Stuff with work isn't great, and I'm struggling. I'm walking on eggshells at home, and something happened the other day that is just, well, that's a bummer. I'm down almost 2 pounds this week. I did start tracking again. I've eaten things I wanted for the most part. All right. Wellness win is being able to view a number on the scale with neutrality this week, whether than the number went up or down. Working on it. Sleep and my Lenten goals. Work on those sleep. Work on that sleep. And I love that your win was being able to approach the scale with a mindset of neutrality. I think that's really important. Let's be very clear. I'm not team, just flat out give up the scale. I am team give up the scale if it is an emotional problem for you. If you can approach the scale with neutrality, like I do most days, I step on and be like, okay, that's interesting. Then great. And then you go on with your day, right? It's when it starts to dictate your mood. It's when it starts to dictate your food choices, whether you push yourself harder at the gym, then you have a problem with the relationship with the scale. So I love that for you. Michelle's high is that I just got back from getting my hair cut. My low is that Friday will be 1 year since my husband passed away. I've been having such a hard time with it all. It still pains me so much. I have been thinking about you, Michelle, actually. When February started, I thought of you and that this was going to be an upcoming anniversary for you. I am so sorry for your loss. Still. Let us as a community know how we can best support you during this not stellar anniversary. Do you have anything that you're planning on doing for the anniversary? Are you going to get together with a friend maybe, or do something to help you get through it? Um, I wish I had more to say about that, but know that we are here for you in spirit, and if you need to talk, for sure. Because that's such a hard thing. That's such a hard thing. I'm so sorry. Um, finding some kind of middle ground with extremes in footwear. That includes finally buying an arch support. There were a few realizations I've made that helped with that decision. Excellent. Excellent. Did I freeze? Did I freeze? I don't know. Everything seems going on my end. Wait, love ourselves 24/7, 365? Does that mean we get February 29th off? Oh no. Oh no. It's just an extra day of loving ourselves. I think the whole destroy the scale dramatics just gives power to the sale. Absolutely. I feel that a whole mindset of neutrality is just such the easier way to go. Rather than like demonizing something still gives it power, right? Makes it bad. Bad. And if the scale is bad, it has power, right? Just like the bad food has power. What if it was neutral? What if it was just fine? You know? What a concept. What a concept. Okay, so there's a couple things that I want to talk about with you today. And if you attend my healthy meetings and you attended today, some of this is going to be on repeat. Sorry, not sorry, because not directly though. Would it have bothered me if the scale went in the other direction? No. It wouldn't have. And that's the difference. Did I change what I ate today because the scale went down? No, I didn't. Did it change my plans for moving today because the scale went down? No, it didn't. If the scale had gone up and I had gained 5 pounds, would that have changed how I felt about myself? No. Would it have changed how much I ate today? No. Would it have changed what my workout plan was for today? No. It wouldn't have. And that's the difference. You can be happy. I can be happy that I get a check in the mail. I can and not have money be the power over me. I can be happy that a pair of jeans fits a little bit better and not have that be the thing that just dictates my entire day. I mean, truth be told, I forgot about it until just now because I was like, oh, I made a mental note on Monday when I weighed in that I was like, I got to tell people about this, but I'm not going to share it everywhere because it doesn't need to be said everywhere. But I was saving it specifically as a wellness win because technically it is a wellness win, not the number going down on the scale, but the meaning behind it is the wellness win. And that's the thing that matters. If you get on the scale and you gain 10 pounds, it can't dictate how you treat yourself, how you look at yourself, how you value yourself. It can't do that. And that's when the scale has the power. That's when the scale has the power. I was fully expecting. It's like a pleasant surprise. When you think something is a bill and it turns out it's a refund. That's what it was to me because I was fully expecting to see that scale up a couple of pounds and instead it went down. It's that same sort of thing like, oh, here's a bill that I'm going to have to pay. Oh, wait, here's a $25 check for no reason. Fantastic. Did it change my life? No. But did it do something unexpected to give me some joy? Yeah, absolutely it did. And I think that is the important differentiator. It's not that scale neutrality specifically means you can't be like, hey, awesome, if you lost a pound and weight loss is or body change is something that you are looking for. By all means, celebrate it. It's not like the victories shouldn't be celebrated, but what do you do with it mentally after you've had that victory? For me, it's a fleeting thought. Like I said, it's a fleeting thought I almost forgot about until I sat there and I was like, wait, I swear I had a win. What was it? And that's the difference. Thank you. I'm spending the day with my daughter. Oh, perfect. 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 We're going to try to do something we would have enjoyed with him. And then that sounds like the perfect day. That I'm so glad that you have plans like that. That makes me feel good for you. I lost my husband 20 years ago, January 28th. I have one mug left. That was one of our wedding gifts. I have my morning coffee in it on the anniversary of his death, his birthday, and on our anniversary. Oh, I love that. I love that. Not sure if this is a high or a win, but I bought myself a mini massage gun and it has been life-changing as far as my foot pain is concerned. And I will say this again. I know you heard it in the healthy meeting, but it's a nice reminder to everybody else too. Physical pain that you are experiencing that wasn't there before can often be a sign of stress. Just so you know, because I've been experiencing the same thing. My plantar fasciitis is flaring up like crazy. I'm like, why do my feet freaking hurt so much? Why do my feet hurt? And the one thing that I can think of is that I have been in a heightened state of stress for almost 2 weeks now. And that'll do it. So make sure you're checking in on your stress levels and ways that you can reduce stress and anxiety and get a little bit more feel good hormones in you and a little bit less cortisol and fight and flight out of you. Because it makes a difference. Yes, that's exactly right. I've started viewing the scale as information only. My body was feeling off for a few days, and that's when the scale went up a bit. When I was feeling back to normal, it came back down. Isn't it the darndest thing? Isn't it the darndest thing? When the scale can tell you things that are happening in your body. Like for me, the scale tells me, oh, my period's getting close. Oh, ovulation's getting close. So, and just because there's a fluctuation, it's a hormone-based fluctuation that causes the scale to go up. No big deal. Once the fluctuation normalizes, things come back down. No big deal. It's a beautiful way to remember your husband. I love it. High is not wearing my Fitbit to track my activity steps. I get obsessive when I wear it. Low is realizing I don't trust my body and my choices about food, and I emotionally eat a lot. This is a great realization to have, though, because it isn't until you realize things and admit them that you can begin to shift the mindsets around them. So the fact that you said, hey, I realized this and this is my low for the week, now you have the power because you can't change anything if you don't know what the problem is, right? So the question then becomes, how are you going to take steps to be able to change it? Because quite frankly, I can see like what a lot of people have these issues, right? I don't trust my body. If you have been involved in dieting or any sort of eating related, I don't want to say trauma. That's not the right word. But whether you are an overeater and you have not ever dieted, that's still something that you learn not to trust your body because your emotions are taking over. Or you're a dieter and you've learned to depend on trackers and the scale and all of these other things to tell you what you can and should and when and how much to eat instead of trusting your body to tell you that same information. So, society and life and the way the world relates to food right now tells you that you're trusting your body is wrong, right? And so, of course, we don't trust our bodies. It's definitely something that we have to learn how to do. So, the first step to um, fixing it is to admit it, right? And be like, okay, I have this problem. How do I go and find a solution, right? And then emotionally eating. Here is one thing that I know without like diving deep into the coaching or anything of that nature. Here's what I know about emotional eating. Emotionally eating in and of itself is not necessarily a bad thing in its entirety. Okay? In its entirety. It becomes a bad thing when you use the emotional eating as a coping mechanism instead of facing the problem. So, for example, if I am sad and I decide I need to eat Oreo cookies, right? I can go and emotionally eat 3 Oreo cookies. Just throw it out a number. I think the serving size of the ones I like is 3. 3 Oreo cookies. And I can acknowledge I'm not hungry right now. I am eating these because I am in an emotional state that requires me to seek out some immediate comfort, and the Oreos are going to deliver immediate comfort. Great. I can eat my Oreos. I can enjoy my Oreos. Happy day to me, right? That was delicious. It brought me comfort that I needed. Now, what you do next is the important thing, right? What you have to do is acknowledge that the food you're eating isn't actually going to solve the problem. It's not going to solve the problem. If you are emotionally eating, it is because you have a problem that you are avoiding. So, if you emotionally eat the comfort food and then you're like, you know what, that made me feel good, I'm going to keep using it as a crutch, that's when it becomes a problem because you in your subconscious are trying to make the Oreos be the thing that solves the problem. And the food is never going to be the thing that solves the problem, ever. It's never going to be the thing that solves the problem, right? So if you have a little, I need to emotionally eat moment, acknowledge that it's an emotional eating, take a little bit of the thing that you want and enjoy it, and then go figure out the problem. Go figure out the problem. And it's a big difference to admit that you are allowed to have emotions and eat because of those emotions. It's what you do later and what you do during that is the important part. Well, there's a lot of physical and mental stress. Exactly. Exactly. Ironically, one of the ways to reduce the mental stress will also reduce the physical stress. At least next week I'll be able to get more physical rest since my hours got cut. Hey, there you go. At an hour on the bike, time to leave. I'll try to stay on the live. Great. I'm a short girl and have too much weight on my poor body. I'm in pain often. I'm continuing to track my bites, but I'm going to start adding days where I eat and start trusting myself. Yes, and what you do if you're watching my videos, if you're watching my recent videos, you will be hearing these trends, right? So a couple of things is what I like to do is start with smaller servings with full permission to go back for more and really truly listen to whether or not you are hungry. And if you have the ability to be able to wait until you're hungry to eat, then great, do that. And it doesn't have to be like extreme hunger. Don't let yourself get extremely hungry because that's when we make less than stellar choices and choose to ignore our body instead of work with it, right? So let's use my lunch for example. I treated myself because of my stressful visit to Target, which I won't get into. But my treat yourself because one of the things that I gave up for Lent, gave up is the wrong thing. I'm limiting myself to one dessert type food a day. One dessert. Because some typically I will be like, "Ooh, I just finished lunch. You know what I need? Sweet." And then I will go, "Ooh, I just finished dinner. You know what I need? A little sweet." And then a couple hours after dinner, I'll be like, "You know what it's time for? Dessert." And I was like, we need to stop this because you don't actually need dessert 3 times in a day, Brianna." And it was a way for me to marry intuitive eating and not restricting with when some people will disagree that this is not restricting. In my brain, it is because I still can have whatever I want. If I want a freaking piece of Cheesecake Factory cheesecake one night, I can have it. That's not the issue. The issue is me feeling compelled to eat sweet after every time I eat something savory. That is something that I need to control. And that those urges will be the thing that make me call upon the Lord for additional help and self-control and things like that, among other things that I'm doing. So for me, I was like, I even was like, I'm gonna treat myself for Valentine's Day. And I walked down the candy aisle and I got halfway through the candy aisle and I was like, what are you doing? You have enough desserts at home and you can only eat one anyway. You don't need this. So I treated myself to a sushi bowl. Instead, I was like, you know what? I ran out of time to make my lunch, so I'm going to have a sushi bowl with lunch. And when I got home, I was like, I'm not terribly hungry. But I also know that if I wait until I am hungry, it's gonna spoil my dinner and I plan on cooking tonight. So I sat down with my bowl and I ate some of it. I was like, I ate until before I was too full and I ate all the good stuff, the salmon, the salad, the cucumber, the avocado, and left behind a giant chunk of rice. And that's what I did when I was like, I'm not terribly hungry. Like I could eat, but I'm not really hungry, but I still need to eat. So there's a whole lot of nuance with treating the hunger and fullness signals and things of that nature. But as a general rule, eat when you're hungry, take smaller portions, and with full permission to go and have more of whatever it is you want, stop and think and focus on yourself and be like, am I actually hungry? Before you go and try and get seconds. And if the answer is, yeah, I am actually hungry, go get seconds. But most of the time, you might discover that you're actually not. It's a really cool outlook to all of a sudden just be like, I can have whatever I want as long as I just take a little less and go back for more later. And it works like a charm. It works like a charm. You've inspired me so much. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'm working out to feel better and not get more bites. And I'm using more than just the scale to see victories. You've helped me so much. Oh my gosh. I love that so much for you. I really, really do. Congratulations, because that mindset and that approach right there is going to be the thing that gets you through it, and not setting, like, let's be honest here. I also, my friend, don't set a goal weight. Trust your body to release the weight it's meant to release. Okay? Your job is to show up. Your job is to nourish your body appropriately and to hydrate your body appropriately and to move your body with joy and thanksgiving because you can move. It might not be easy, but you can move. And that is something to be celebrated. And making sure you're getting enough sleep, Weight will not be released in the way you want it to be if you're not getting adequate rest and sleep and checking your stress levels. Those 5 things, that is your job. How much weight you lose and in what time is not your job. Your job is to show up in these 5 areas and just keep going and trust the process, and you will get where you're supposed to be in due time. So I love that for you. All right, my friends. All right, my friends. So first, I want to give you a quick rundown, a reminder of the things that I am doing for Lent. We talked about it last week, and I'm not going to remember all of them now off the top of my head. But the first one was my Bible study. I started Bible study today, and you know what? At first it was one of those, oh, I'm getting up and my body's feeling so heavy, and I'm like, I gotta climb the stairs. I don't want to. You know what? If you climb the stairs and you get to the top of the stairs and you just sit down, you know what? It feels good to be like, look, okay, first step done. Get up the stairs. No problem. For those of you who are like, why are you going upstairs instead of down the stairs? My master bedroom is on the first floor. My office is on the second floor. So I can get up and go to the kitchen without having to go up or down a set of stairs. So that's why. But I did my Bible study tonight, spent some time in my Bible, some time in prayer, some time in my journal, and that felt really, really good. So that's one thing I'm focused on. The other thing, or there's several things. Another thing I gave up is I actually gave up the scale for the season of Lent. So once I weighed myself that Monday morning, I was like, that was it. That was it. I'm done until Easter. And so it was nice to see like, oh, the lower number. Okay, that's mental note. Great, awesome. And goodbye scale. I haven't put them away yet, but I need to put them away so I'm not tempted, or at least put my shape of scale away. My husband still uses the other scale. But so that's one thing I'm giving up. Why? Because I don't need the number. I don't need the number to dictate how I show up. And or to give me that piece of data that really at this point in my intuitive eating journey isn't a piece of data that matters. Like I'm it's not going to change my decision of whether or not I eat nutritiously that day. It's not going to change my decision of I want to move my body today. I have goals. I have to train for things. I have to do all of this. These are all goals and habits and everything I have outside of what the number on the scale says. So the number on the scale doesn't matter. So why be tempted by the number on the scale? Why be tempted? So I gave up the scale. Goodbye. Peace. See you in Easter. Maybe after Easter. Who the heck knows? So there's that. And then the one thing that is going to be the biggest challenge for me is I gave up distractions while eating. All of them. No phone. No iPad to watch YouTube videos or a TV show or something. No, just none. And so today, this morning, I made myself a stellar breakfast and I sat down and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get my iPad. And I saw this morning when I hopped on YouTube to upload something, and I saw that one of the creators I like uploaded a new video. I'm like, I'll watch her video while I eat breakfast. And I was like, no, you won't. You're not allowed to do that anymore. I was like, oh, shoot. The heck am I supposed to do if I can't watch my YouTube and so I had to sit there. First meal, first day, I had to sit there and acknowledge I gave this thing up. And therefore, I am going to not be allowed to do this. And it was interesting and a challenge right off the bat. And the same thing happened when I came home for lunch. That is by far going to be one of the more challenging things for me. I also gave up shopping, no clothes, no makeup, no things that I don't need. No things that I don't need. And again, whenever you go to Target, that's always challenge. So I'm walking past the women's clothes and the jewelry, and I always like to look. I always scan with my eyes, right? Like, ooh, what's sparkly? Ooh, what's new? What is calling to me to turn my cart left so I can go look at the aisles? And as I was walking up through, like by the jewelry, I was like, you don't even need to look, Brianna. Just keep your eyes ahead on the prize because it doesn't matter. You can't have it anyway. And I was like, man, there's another one that's going to be real freaking tempting. Real tempting. And I had one more. And now I can't remember what it is. Shopping and the scale and distraction. Oh, social media. So and you might have noticed I have popped on social media today, but the stopping the scroll is going really well. So far, I mean, it's almost 4 o'clock on day one. So like, we'll see. But Every time I have opened Instagram today, it has been with intention. It has been to post or to share something that automatically posted because I wrote it yesterday and used a scheduler. And it worked really, really well. And I was like, I don't need to see any of this. I don't need to. It's fine. Let's just close it up and move on with our bad selves. And I'm very excited to see the freedom that that brings me to. So I'm very excited about that. So that's what I'm doing for Lent, and I am pumped. Jane is here. I like these lives because I can listen during work. Well, I'm so glad I'm giving you something to listen to, Jane. I need to get back into Bible reading. I've been struggling with sleep, so I've been sleeping in a bit more instead. You can always do Bible reading before bed. There's no rule that says you have to do it in the morning, you know. I gave up the skill for Lent. This morning was it until after Easter. Yep. Lent is 40 days minus the Sundays. So Easter Sunday, which is March 31st. March 31st is when Lent ends, and Lent starts today, obviously. Okay, friends. So this is the thing that I have to tell you, that I have to share with you, that's been a huge mindset shift. And I want y'all to think on it, and I want y'all to use it to help you with your journey through life, right? And if you were at my healthy meeting, you've heard it already, but guess what? You're going to hear it again. So we are going to think about the word discipline. Discipline. How often do we go, oh, if I just had more discipline? Oh, if I just had more self-control. Oh, I don't have the discipline to get up at the same time every day. I don't have the discipline to do my skincare routine. I don't have the discipline to not order takeout. I don't have the discipline to show up for my workouts. I need more discipline, more discipline, more discipline. Does that word discipline kind of make you cringe a little bit? Kind of make you go, ugh, 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 discipline. Yeah, I know I need more, and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden you're like in this kicking and screaming mode or defensive mode, and it makes you lock up a little bit because discipline, right? Anybody? Does anybody feel this like negative push from discipline? The word, right? It's crazy, isn't it? So I'm going to remove the word discipline from your vocabulary, because if you replace it with this one word, you will no longer need discipline to get what you want. You will no longer need discipline to reach your goals, because you have a word that is stronger, you have a word that is more powerful, and you have a word that is expansive instead of contractive. You have a word that fills you instead of depletes you. And that word, my friends, is devotion. Think of something that you are devoted to. Maybe you're married and you're devoted to your spouse. Whenever I say this, the devotion, I think of the song "Hopelessly Devoted to You" from Greece, sung by Olivia Newton-John. And I think, oh, hopelessly devoted to you, right? What does that feel like? Or maybe you're a parent and you're obviously devoted to your kids, right? It doesn't matter if you have to get up at 3 a.m. because they are sick and then your night of sleep is lost. Because you love them and are devoted to them, you will show up. You might not be happy about it. It might not be easy, but you do it because you're devoted to them, because you love them. Devotion. So what if you took out the word discipline, and everything that you wish you had more discipline on, you were devoted to instead? How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel to say, I am devoted to my health and wellness journey? Try it. Say it out loud right now. No one's listening. Say, I am devoted to my health and wellness journey. I am devoted to my Bible study in the morning. I am devoted to my skincare routine. Whenever I say that, I'm like, I want to go downstairs and slap on an extra serum. Yeah, just because I'm devoted to it. Because being devoted to something automatically makes me want to show up more. And not just more, but show up without resistance. That's the part that's really getting me. When I go, I am devoted to my health and fitness. Girlfriend showed up for her workout today and was done with her workout before her healthy meeting today. I have not done that outside of being in Florida, because in Florida it's an hour later. So I function a little bit earlier in Florida time. I have not done that in a long time. not without dragging myself kicking and screaming. But today I got up and I was devoted. And I made myself a nice and nourishing breakfast. And I immediately went downstairs and I was like, I'm going to get some steps in. I'm going to do my Pilates. I was like, oh, I got this much time. I wonder if I can get my Pilates workout in. You know what I did? I did. And having that devotion really felt, it changed it for me. So, what is the thing that you're struggling with discipline in? Either go ahead and share it in the chat or just think it to yourself. What is the thing that you are struggling with discipline in? Maybe it's with flossing your teeth. Maybe it's with, I don't know, getting your workouts in. Maybe it's with drinking your water. I need more discipline because I can't drink my water. What if instead you said, I am devoted to hydrating my body? I'm devoted to hydrating my body. Um, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. I just saw Grace say, I'm devoted to my cat and to my students. I like how devotion has a positive connotation instead of discipline, which tends to feel negative. Exactly. Think of, if you don't want to think of the thing that you need more discipline in, and think of something or someone you are devoted to. What does that feel like when you're like, I'm devoted to God. I'm devoted to my spouse. I'm devoted to my children. I'm devoted to my dog. I will show up for my dog every time. Maybe not in her desired time sometimes, but like I would rather cuddle and kiss and love on and take care of my dog than do work sometimes, right? But, or my YouTube channel, let's use that as another option. If I say I am devoted to my YouTube channel, all of a sudden my brain goes, you want to work. You want to create. This is my little like alarm going off in the back of my head. Whereas before I'm like, I need to show up. I need to be disciplined about this. I need to crank this out. I need to do that. When I go, I am devoted to this. I am reverted back to the energy that I had when I first started this channel, and it was a hobby. And that's very, very powerful to be like, I'm devoted to this channel. Because when you're devoted to it, you want to do it. You want to. It's not always fun. It's not always easy. It does take out time. Yes, it's hard work, but you're devoted to it, so you do it joyfully. I urge you, whenever you're struggling and whatever goal you are struggling with, take out the need for discipline, eliminate it. You no longer need discipline. You need to devote yourself to it. Take that mindset shift and use it for a week and see how it feels. See how it feels, because it will change things for you. Maybe you need to be devoted. You want to be devoted to the upkeep of your home. You want to be devoted to becoming the best darn homemaker that you can be. It's a lot more exciting than being like, oh, I need more discipline to clean my house. No, what if you were devoted to keeping your home clean and cozy? It just hits different, doesn't it? It just hits different. So that's the mindset that I want you to take with everything. With everything from this point forward. Literally write down the word devotion and stick it up there. You know, there's something to be said for the fact that when people get up and when they study the word of God and they have Bible studies and they have all these things, there are these things called devotionals. Devotionals. I've never thought about it before, but why is it called a devotional? Because you are devoted to your time with the Lord. And that hits different. That hits different, right? Not about the discipline, it's about your devotion. Hits different, y'all. Grace says, I also gave up posting and commenting negatively on social media. It will be, oh, preach. It'll be a challenge with election season coming up. I'm going to try to post one positive thing every day instead. I love that. I love that. I know there isn't, but my house can be too loud at night. I often have other things going on at nighttime is when my dad throws his tantrums. I don't actually remember what that's for. Oh, nighttime Bible studying. I intentionally didn't pick discipline as my word of the year a few years ago because discipline can be associated with punishment. Exactly. I couldn't mention it during the healthy meeting, but the whole connection between devotion and discipline and disciples just clicked in my head. Yes. And you could have, but yeah. Devoted is a much more helpful word. Yes, 100%. I'm devoted to I said that already. We are devoted to our kitties. I need to be devoted to a sleep or two. You are devoted to getting your body the rest it needs to function optimally. Y'all, make it sound pretty. Make it sound motivating and encouraging. You don't have to be devoted to sleep. You are devoted to getting your body the rest it needs. Yes. I love that. I'm devoted to being healthy all around. Yes, and don't forget that that includes mental health too. So watch when we go on health journeys, we tend to let the physical health journey overtake things, and it's often at the cost of our mental health, and we need to make sure that we keep mental health there to keep things even keeled, right? Super super important. I'm going to throw up the Q&A banner if anybody has any questions that they would like to ask me. Devotion feels like I'm giving my heart to something or someone. Yeah, exactly. And here's the cool thing. Here's the cool thing. When you're devoted to your journey, when you're devoted to your goals, you're literally giving your heart to yourself. How empowering is that? How awesome is that? Oh my gosh, I can't like it's just this is the thing. I heard this on Monday is when I learned this concept and I've had 48 hours to ruminate on it. And this morning in my journaling, all my journaling was about this concept and everything. And I just felt so fired up after the fact. So fired up. It was so so good. Um that it just it oh devotion, y'all. Devotion. So yeah. All right. Q&A session is open, my friends. And so if you have any questions to ask me, feel free. But I also titled this oh, did it change on YouTube? Does it say talking or let's talk about things we love? Because on my live stream thing it didn't say that. But I love talking about things that we love or how we love on ourselves or anything of that nature. And what I wanted to share was new thing or things that I've been loving right now. And I don't, of course, don't have any of them like sitting up here with me. Of course, because why would I have done that? I don't know. Why would I bring them upstairs? Silly, silly Brianna. Um, in the Bible, Jesus' closest friends, followers, the people who were most devoted to him were called his disciples. Yes, yes, they were. Um, Mental health, yes, I am devoted to leaving the guilt behind and loving me for me. I love that so much. I love it so much. So the first thing, and again, my friends at my healthy meeting heard this already, but I have a new product that I love, and you guys get to be the first to know because it's technically a diet product if you want to put that label on it. But you know our buddies, Premier Protein. Premier Protein. I drank those for ages and ages. My protein coffees, my all the things, right? And then I decided they weren't as good as the Fairlife one. So I haven't had like a Premier Protein since whenever. 5 years ago? I don't know. Maybe 5 years ago. Because I don't think I've had one since I moved here. Anyway, Premier Protein, you may or may not have seen, has come out with pancakes. Yes, that's right. I said it. Pancakes. Like good old frozen pancakes. And it's funny because they are packaged just like they were. They are. I haven't bought regular frozen pancakes in years. I don't actually think I have ever personally purchased frozen pancakes. And my mom, when she used to do the grocery shopping because her children were children, I'm 37, so it was some time ago. Um, I have when I opened the box of these Premier Protein pancakes, I flashed back to my childhood because they were packaged the same way with little stacks of 3 in their individual plastic wrapping. And so you unwrap the entire stack of 3 to microwave. Y'all, if you have ever been, is it an Eggo pancake? Is that the brand of pancakes? Eggo pancakes? What are the pancakes I ate in the late 90s? Yes, they must have been Eggo pancakes. Um, these taste just like what I remember as the pancakes of my childhood. The pancakes that many a school morning I would pull out of the freezer, microwave, slap some butter and syrup on, and go about my merry day. And processed to the nth degree, absolutely, but they're so good. Ugh, I've always loved I have a thing, I don't know why. One of my favorite things to, like, snack on and eat, and something that is a comfort food to me, is a frozen waffle. Good old Eggo. I love me a stinking frozen waffle. They are a comfort food to me, and, evidently, frozen pancakes are also a comfort food to me. Anyway, I bought these from Sam's Club because, cost effective wise, this is the best way to have them. And I I purchased them and I ate them the day I bought them and yesterday and today with some butter and some syrup, and you guys, my inner child is jumping for joy at the breakfast she just had before going to school. They taste exactly like I remember pancakes tasting. But the difference is there's 15 grams of protein in these bad boys. 15 grams of protein. So not only do they give my inner child the breakfast of her dreams, they also satiate me and provide nutrients for me that good old Eggo pancakes did not provide. Just for funsies, now that I'm sitting here going, was it Eggo pancakes that I liked? What is the nutrition information on the pancakes? Eggo buttermilk pancakes. Let's see, nutrition, view the smart label. Just for funsies, 3 pancakes, 250 calories. Okay, so there's less calories in the Premier Protein ones. And they have 5 grams of protein, and the Premier Protein ones have 15. There's no contest, y'all. There's no contest. These freaking pancakes are awesome. They are awesome. And they taste like the Eggo pancakes. I mean, I haven't had an Eggo pancake in probably 20 something years, but in my brain, it triggers the same memory. The same memory. So, Premier Protein pancakes. I found them at Sam's Club. I think they're carried at some Costco's. They may or may not be at Walmart. I don't know where else you can find them, but that's my new favorite of the day and my current love, because holy moly, they're good. They're very, very good. I also found another thing I love, and this I should have brought upstairs, but if you are a Sam's Club goer, one of my favorite Easter candies. I used to have a lot more favorite Easter candies, but Russell Stover stopped making them, and I'm forever bitter about it. Forever bitter. About 10 years, 9, 10 years ago, and maybe, up to maybe 7 years ago, Russell Stover for Easter used to make these chocolate eggs, and now they have like caramel and marshmallow and like really basic flavors. They used to make like wedding cake flavored ones and cookie dough flavored ones, and what was the other one? Carrot cake flavored ones. They had like 8 or 9, maybe not 8 or 9, maybe 4 or 5 different flavors of these like Russell Stover eggs that you could buy at probably Walgreens or whatever. I loved these things. They don't exist anymore. They don't exist anymore. They just poof, never came back. And I was devastated because I freaking loved them. And what I loved about them is that they were individually packaged. So I could eat my one delicious, decadent chocolate treat and be done with my dessert. And it was the best thing ever. And now they don't exist anymore. And I'm forever bitter about it. Although now I'm kind of tempted to actually go to the Russell Stover website and see if they do, in fact, exist. But one of the things that kind of still exists, I have 4 of them in my pantry right now as we speak. And I don't know where else I can get my hands on them. And I know Lissa got her hands on them somewhere else that I'd not gone to. But Peeps, not just regular Peeps. Don't get me wrong. I already have holes poked in a pack of Peeps and I've dated it so I can, 2 or 3 weeks from now come back to it and actually eat them. But Peeps had and used to produce like in mass handful of years ago, chocolate covered Peeps. Not like the ones dipped in chocolate where the little bottoms are chocolate. No, a marshmallow completely enveloped in chocolate that looked kind of like a bird. And at the $1.25 tree. Do I have one of those? I might have to go looking. I love them. I'm obsessed with them. They are one of my favorite treats because, again, individually packaged just enough not a diet food in any way. So like you get the full level of satisfaction of this is sugar, this is sweet, this is chocolate, this is yes, everything. And it's a one and done deal. And it's not gonna break your calorie bank in any way for people that are tracking. On Points Plus, which is what I used to track back in my dieting days, it was, I want to say 3 points. So like bang and treat. Really, really good. Anywho, I have not been, yeah, I used to buy them at Target. They used to be $1 a piece at Target, and I would go and I would buy like 10, and that would be my stash. And then I would hit up Walgreens and Target the day after Easter and get all those Russell Stover eggs for like a bucoodle off and get the Peeps egg. I know one year I posted a picture of my candy haul post Easter, just laid out, and it was just giant pile of single serve candy. I loved it. Oh my gosh, Easter candy season is my favorite candy season. But in Sam's Club, they have this party pack of Easter candy or Peeps. This party pack of Peeps. It comes with 4 regular sized, 2 bunnies and 2 chicks, one in each color of the regular Peeps. It comes with a sleeve of cotton candy Peeps. It comes with a sleeve of birthday cake Peeps, and it comes with 4, although I'm convinced last year it was 5, so they inflated us all or shrinkflated us all by only giving us 4 this year of my chocolate covered Peeps. So you better believe I bought that at Sam's Club too. I'm trying to decide when I'm going to eat one of those chocolate covered Peeps because I can only have one dessert a day now. But I'm so happy. So chocolate covered Peeps and Premier Protein pancakes are my current favorites, y'all. My current favorites. I use Premier Protein for my coffee and wonder if there's a way to just make them at home. I batch cook pancakes for my kids. So yeah, flavoring wise, so and this is where I get hung up because I haven't looked at the ingredients or everything, but the flavored shakes aren't necessarily going to create the same pancake. But that's not to say that you can't use a regular pancake mix and instead of the liquid, try. I'm not saying this is successful. I have no idea. But you could always try using a Premier Protein shake in lieu of the other liquid and see how the pancakes turn out. I have no idea what that would make the nutrition information be. I have no idea. But it's possible. You could also use protein powder and create some sort of pancake type thing. But I can almost guarantee you that it would not taste like the pancakes of the olden days, like the good old microwave Eggo pancakes. I can guarantee you they won't taste like that. So if you want that vibe, the Premier Protein pancakes are the way to go. If you just want protein pancakes and you don't care if they taste like the good old Eggo frozen ones, you can absolutely DIY that and make your own. 100%. I'm just a little sad they have stevia in them. You know, I didn't even notice. Last year, and they don't exist. Yeah, they don't exist. My favorite candies. It makes me so sad. I bought myself a pack of Rice Krispie Treat Peeps, but I'm not buying any regular Peeps this year. I have 3 to 4 unopened packs from last year. Oh my gosh. I told my husband this morning, Peeps are wonderful. Chocolate is even better. Chocolate Peeps, sorry, gross. They're so good. So here's the thing. They're not Peeps covered in chocolate. They're not. They don't have the extra granulated sugar. They're just chocolate covered marshmallows. You know how, like, if you go and you buy, like, the Russell Stover chocolate-covered marshmallow eggs, that's what they are. It's just dyed yellow marshmallow goo on the inside. So it's not like a literal Peep. It's just a chocolate-covered marshmallow goo is what it is. It's very good, and it doesn't taste like an actual Peep. Trust me. Is there any protein powder that doesn't have stevia in it? I'm pretty sure after a while it makes me sick and I have to switch up my coffee. There are protein powders of all different kinds, my friend, that have all sorts of different things in them. So you have to find out what works best for you. Because also, if you're somebody who is in the diet food consumption, also keep your eyes open for erythritol, because that is in a lot of stuff, and that also has a pretty big tendency to make people sick. And also monk fruit is often cut with erythritol. Monk fruit is something, and erythritol is something that my body cannot handle. So I prefer to eat real sugar over those sugar substitutes because they mess up my gut and it's never fun. So there's that. That being said, I don't even know what's the up and up with protein shakes anymore. Naked Nutrition, I know, is sugar based. There's this, what is the, oh, I can't remember what I have a new protein powder that I am going to try, but I haven't tried it yet. They sent me PR and I just haven't I haven't tried it yet because there wasn't a blender accessible at my in-laws' house. It's called Equip Nutrition, and it is beef, not whey. It is beef protein isolate. So it is dairy free. Um, and that one is stevia, which is fine because the other beef protein I have, that is the protein by Kelly LeVeque, is monk fruit sweetened, and I can't eat it, which is so unfortunate. Naked Nutrition is really the one that pops into my head. I think last time I checked, PE Science was sucralose sweetened instead of stevia sweetened, which my body handles sucralose just fine, so I prefer sucralose sweetened things. Took no pre-made drinks without any 0-calorie sweeteners, but my favorite protein powder is sweetened with coconut sugar. I wanted to tell you, I started listening to the book you recommended, Feed Yourself. I'm loving it. Oh, I'm so glad, Grace. I'm so glad. Hello, Jersey. I overate chocolate covered marshmallows as a kid at a church thing, and I can't do chocolate covered marshmallows anymore. That'll do it. Naked Nutrition. Yep. Yes, definitely check it out. I know Naked Nutrition is expensive, but if you need something with regular sugar in it, that's the way to go for sure. All right, my friends. Thank you for being here. Somehow the hour is gone and way gone, past gone. But thank you so much for being here and for accommodating the different time. Part of me sits here and goes, do I want to change the time to just 3:00 on Wednesdays all the time? But then I know there are some people that are at work that normally come that wouldn't be able to come. So maybe not. I don't know. But I do like it. I tell you what. Do I have any advice for first-time users on Power Sheets? Give yourself grace. You don't have to do all 8 goals if you don't want to, for sure. If that is too overwhelming for you, you don't have to do that. You can leave white space on your tending list. You do not have to fill in every space every month because for some people that will be wildly overwhelming. So if you're somebody that needs white space and you can only do 4 monthly action items, 1 weekly action item, and 3 daily action items, do it. You are not wasting your product because you are not filling out each sheet in completion every month. Some people just can't handle that, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with you if you can't handle it. Everybody's different. I used to be the person that always constantly filled in every single slot in my Power Sheets, and then I wondered why the heck I didn't do anything during the whole month. Because if I all of this said, oh, the snow is starting to accumulate, you guys, it's starting to accumulate. Not on the roads, but on the grass. But I'm somebody who, once I commit to something, and if it happens to be too much, if I get overwhelmed, I shut down completely. And it's taken me years to realize that. So I was like, oh, you know what I could do? Not overcommit myself. Imagine that. And then there is no wrong way to approach your goals. So some people use the goals in the Power Sheets as I want to run a 5K. I want to lose 25 pounds. I want to insert income goal here this year. I want to start a garden and I want to join a church. All actions, right? My goals, if you go back on my channel and watch my 2024 goals videos, all of the goals that I have set in the Power Sheet specifically are intention based. I want to nourish my family well. I don't even remember what they all are off the top of my head because my brain is starting to get fried. But it's very much more of an intention. I want to get more uncomfortable, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Things of that nature, where I can look at that list and be like, how do I apply these intentions to actions that I take in the month or in the week or in the 12-week period or whatever it may be? That makes sense? I have a discount code for Naked Nutrition. I don't think it's active anymore. Heading back to the past, loving your lives and your journey. Can't get enough of all your wonderful advice and insight. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your feedback so much. Jersey, I hope that helped you. And I will talk to you all later. Thank you for being here. Have a happy, happy Valentine's Day, whether you're hanging out by yourself or you're with somebody else. do a little something for yourself today, my friends, because you deserve to be devoted to you too. I'll talk to you later. Bye.